Okay, we'll get started. We'd like to welcome Corey Connors into the interview room here at the RBC Canadian Open. Corey's making his 7th start at this event. Corey, if we can get some comments on being back at perhaps your favorite tournament.
Yeah, it's certainly exciting to be back here. I've been looking forward to this event for some time now, obviously. We're able to play the last couple years, so it's great to be home. Feel great about my game, and I'm really looking forward to the week. It's been great so far. I felt a lot of support from family, friends, and all the people across Canada, so it'll be a really fun weekend, and looking forward to getting started.
And you're in good form. You're coming in off of a tie for 13th place at the Memorial. If we can talk a little bit about the state of your game.
Yeah, my game feels really good. I felt like I did a lot of things really well last week at the Memorial. I think 3 of the days for sure I really hit my irons well, and that's going to be something that's important here. Felt good with all parts of the game. Hit a lot of shots close to the hole, which is always nice. Felt like could have got a few better bounces here and there to maybe finish a little higher. It just didn't seem like I had the breaks needed, but if I can get some of those this week and keep playing well, that'll be a big bonus.
And before we open it up to questions, if you'll recap your year, 2 top 10 finishes at match play and also the Masters. Just talk a little bit about your season up to this point.
Yeah, I found played well those 2 events particularly. Really love Augusta and love the match play format, so it was nice to have some success at those 2 events. Overall, I've been a little bit inconsistent. I found certain parts of my game have been strong some weeks, and other parts sort of let me down. So certainly like to be a little bit tidier overall, but I've been working hard, and I've had a number of weeks at home over the last couple months where I've been able to sort of get recharged, refreshed, and work on the game, and I feel like everything's sort of coming together, and nice time for that to happen.
Okay, awesome. We'll start with questions. We're going to start right here on the front row.
Hey, Corey. Last time you played in the Canadian Open was obviously 2019. You're a different player now than you were then, I assume. So what is different about you as a player, and what makes you more ready to win this time?
Yeah, I had a lot of fun in 2019. I just missed the cut. I was coming off my first win. There seemed to be sort of a lot going on. Felt like I could have maybe been focused a little better. There was a lot of distractions, but I feel like I'm better suited to handle those distractions now and just kind of reset myself, get focused on the right things. As far as my game, I was playing really well in 2019 as well, but a little more refined now, and like I said, just sort of more comfortable in all types of situations, and I feel like I've made some good improvements with sort of my short game and putting that can bail me out when needed.
And there are some distractions this week from other parts of the golf world. Do you think it's a bit of a shame that that's all happening this week with the return of the Canadian Open? Yeah,
RBC and Golf Canada do such a great event, great job with this event, and I've been my mind's certainly been on this event. I think they got a number of the top players in the world here, and it's going to be a fun week. My focus is right here, trying to play my best to get the job done. I think with the players they have here, there's going to be plenty of attention on this event, and I think especially the Canadian fans are excited to watch golf, and I still think fans all over the world are going to be tuned into this event, and it's a great golf course and a lot of good players.
Okay, let's go to Bob.
Corey, when was the first time you played this course? Is it just
first time I played was last Monday. I hadn't played, didn't get out here as a youngster, so just had a few looks at it.
How would you describe it?
It's got a really old school feel, which I like, sort of parkland feel. I like being home on this type of grass. Kind of grew up on more of the bent grass, and living in Florida now, and the early part of the tour, we don't get to the northern parts of the States or in Canada and play on this grass. So visually, really like it. The fairways are defined by the thick rough and good shape to some of the holes. It really is pleasing to my eye for sure, and it definitely has a sort of an old school feel. Greens, back to front slope, a lot of them raised up a little bit.
And just what's the toughest part for a Canadian player coming in here to try and win? Is it the crowd pressure?
Yeah.
Is it because it's not a normal week? What would you say?
Yeah, I think just blocking out the extra distractions. The Canadian fans travel well, so I'm used to having a lot of support week in and week out. But there's a little bit extra here for all the Canadian players. So I think just embracing that and not getting sort of distracted by people cheering you on.
Okay, let's go back right and then over to Haley.
Hey, Corey. 5 of the top 10 golfers in the world are coming this week to play the Canadian Open. I'm just curious what it says about the event that guys like Rory, JT, Scotty Scheffler are coming to play Canada's national championship.
Yeah, it's really exciting to have those guys here. And like you said, it's a national championship. I think national championships, wherever they're played, have a little bit more prestige. And guys think really highly of this event. RBC has been a great partner of mine, and they do great things for golf. So it's a great event. A lot of people talk very highly of it. It's certainly an event that the top players in the world, and particularly myself, want to win. There's so many historic names on the trophy, and it'd be awesome to be added to that. And I think a lot of those guys feel the same way. It's good part of your legacy to be able to call yourself a Canadian Open champion and National Open champion.
Okay, let's go Haley and then John.
Well, speaking of names on the trophy, you look back at 1950s was when the last Canadian won. Do you think about that a little bit and how extra special it would be for you to be the first one to win in so long?
Yeah, I think about it. I seem to get asked about that quite often, but yeah, I feel like now more than ever there's a great crop of Canadian players, and I think there's 20 Canadians playing this week, and more Canadians getting out on the PGA Tour. So it's exciting to be a part of that group, and I think it's just a matter of time before someone changes the history on that.
Okay, John.
Hey, Corey. You've probably already addressed this a little bit, but how does it feel to be back playing in Canada in a PGA Tour event for the first time in 3 years?
Yeah, it's incredible. I've got a lot of family and friends from Listowel who will be making the trip here this week, and I'm excited, for them to come out and see me play golf. And it's been a while since a lot of them have been able to watch me play, so it's always special. All the support I felt in the other times, I think it's going to be even more this time, and just really excited to be back. Nothing feels like home, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Really looking forward to teeing it up.
Is there anything that you have to do when you come back to Canada to remind you that you're home? Are there any must-do?
Yeah, I was just going to say at the end of that last question, the first stop right from the airport went to Tim Hortons and hooked myself up with a coffee and a donut. And that reminds me I'm home. I think that's the first stop every time I get back to Canada. And don't know what it is about it, but that makes me feel like I'm at home. I switch it up. You can't really go wrong. Don't mind an apple fritter, and usually, I love coffee, espresso. Usually don't have anything in it, but when I come home, I always get the 1 cream, 1 sugar, and that's where it's at.
Okay, with that, let's go get some breakfast, Corey. Thanks for your time.
Thank you. Appreciate it.